Hey boys and girls, Miss Norad here with a Writer's Workshop video. So we're going to start learning how to write informational stories, or you might know it as nonfiction. We've read some nonfiction books this year. This week we're reading about penguins, and we read some informational true stories about penguins. We've also read in the past about bats and spiders. Those are some of the ones we did earlier in the year. And we learned lots of new things about them. You know lots of things about things you love and like as well. Some of you know a lot about sports like baseball, basketball, maybe cheerleading. A lot of you know things about superheroes, princesses, things like that. Those are things you know a lot about. Well, in an informational writing, we're going to focus on writing what we know about true things. We're going to write true facts, true information. So we're going to do some little charts like the one you see here that says people. We're going to fill out some charts over the next few days to help us have some ideas of things we can write about when we choose to write our informational stories. I want you to think of real people you know, or real people, maybe you haven't ever met them, but you know a lot about them. Maybe there is an actor or a singer you know a lot about. Maybe there's an athlete who plays basketball or football or baseball that you know a lot about. Maybe there's someone in your family you know a lot about. So I want you to be thinking about all the people you know or the people that you know a lot about. It doesn't have to be someone you've even met. So let's write down some ideas of people that we could write about, that we could tell real, true things about. So I'm going to start with family. I know a lot about my family. I could tell true things about my family. I know a lot about my friends. I could write true things about my friends. All right, let's think of some other people that we might know a lot about. So earlier I said a singer. You might know about singers or a musician. You might know a lot about a movie star, like an actor or an actress. So let's put them on there. All right, you might know a lot about an athlete, somebody who plays a sport. Maybe you have your favorite football player, your favorite basketball player. All right, those are some people we could write about. All right, so can you think of some other people that you know a lot about? Who are some other people we could write about? Well, tomorrow we're going to learn about an important person named Martin Luther King Jr., and he was important to our communities and to our country. So we could write about important people in our country, maybe like a president. We're going to be learning about George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. All right, so we could put community helpers. Maybe you know a lot about firefighters or teachers. I could write about being a teacher, right? Because I know a lot about teachers, right? That's people I could know. Firefighters, police officers. Those are community helpers, okay? We said presidents and leaders. Maybe you know a lot about a president, like George Washington, our very first president. Maybe you know about other leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. All right, here are some people that we could write about. So the thing we're going to do first is just make some lists, and you can actually write their names if you know their names, if you know something about them, instead of just putting president. Instead of just writing the topic like presidents, you could actually write their name. Like under family, I could write My sister's name, Christy. I know a lot about my sister. I could write about her. My friend, I have a friend named Lauren. I could put her name. So you can write lists of people or you can actually write their names. Okay? Try to think of true people, real people that you either know or know a lot about. So you're going to do the same thing today. You're going to get this little cloud right here, a little thought bubble. It's our thought bubble to help us think. You're going to have people on yours as well. And you're going to come up with 3 or 4 lists of people that you know a lot about. Okay? Maybe 3. 3's good enough. Try to think of 3 people that you know a lot about. It could be somebody famous, like a singer, an actor, a dancer, an athlete, a basketball player, things like that. It could be somebody you know, like a friend or somebody in your family. Maybe you know a lot about a president or somebody who works in the community, anything like that. You're going to come up with at least 3 and you can type or write them in your thought bubble and then you're going to send that to Miss Nora. All right, so we'll continue our list of different topics this week. Remember, an informational story is something that is true. You're writing true, real things. So you're not making a make-believe story. You're writing a true story. So if I was going to write about Martin Luther King Jr., who's a leader, I wouldn't make up a silly pretend story about him. I would tell real true things about his life. Okay? So we're going to be working on doing true, real, informational writings during Writer's Workshop. All right, your turn. Go think about people you know or know a lot about and make your list and send it to me. Bye, boys and girls.